Hello, this is Tom Herring, and this here is a Stevens Model 200 chambered in 308 Winchester. This is the original stock that I sanded down the forming lines however they manufacture it, scraped them down, sanded it, painted it Krylon tan. The can is like $4 at Walmart. I've had this weapon laying around for several months. Actually, since last year, I believe. Haven't shot it yet. I was going to put a Weaver 4x32 scope, the K4. First of all, I'm going to let you know that this was just, I wanted to put this together as a budget precision deer gun, hog gun, Northeast Texas type hunting gun that you can actually shoot. Well, used to be cheaply because 308 was available on the surplus market, but not so much anymore. But still, there's a lot of low data, a lot of data for the 308, so that's why I picked this chamber. Plus, I have access to 308 to use. But I wanted to go with all Weaver optics, Weaver bases. I wasn't going to go like with a mount or whatever the hell they call it. The base. It's one piece that costs half what I paid for this rifle. This rifle is only $300 from Walmart. The scope I had got off a friend, I gave him $25 for it, and it's a Kmart scope. Made in Japan, and I believe everything pointing, it's a 3x9 by 32. So everything's pointing to me that this is a Bushnell scope that was made for Kmart. It's a pretty old scope if it's made in Japan. And the rings and the bases are Weaver bases from Walmart. Very cheap, not even $15 in the bases. So like I said, I want to keep it precision, but keep it all simple. This bipod I got from Walmart, which you're not going to use if you take this thing hunting. I wouldn't use a bipod. I would put a sling in its place, which I hardly ever use anyway. I carry the weapon at port arms or at ready when I'm going through the woods. But I wanted to speak about why I chose a scope or a low power scope, a 4x32. See, you don't need a telescope on this weapon like to look at the moon. For what you're going to do, most people actually out to ranges of 200 and 300 yards for a deer-sized target, all you need is a 4-power scope. Nothing to fiddle with, I have it set to 3 power. That way it enables you to shoot with both eyes open to lower the power setting. If you're up close, like in dense brush, or if you see something far away, you could probably go ahead and put it up to 9 power, but 4 power is just fine. It's just for simplicity, see? You set it and forget it. You're not sitting in a deer stand and the deer's 25 feet from you and you're sitting there, you put the scope up and you're looking at ticks on it or whatever you see on a deer. You want it to be just simple. Keep it simple. The trigger is a little heavy on this rifle, but it's not enough so that it pulls you off your point of aim too bad. Not that I've noticed. I'm not too worried about it. If it becomes too big a concern, I'm not even going to worry about trying to adjust it, which I heard that they're a bear. I would just order another trigger, try to find one for around $75 and stick in there. But as you're looking at right now, $300 for the rifle, $40 for this from Walmart, which you can put on different rifles. The scope I got 25 in, 15 in the rings added up. Ammunition is going to be the biggest cost for this platform. This weapon will do, it's very modular too. A lot of popular. At first I wanted to build a Howa 1500, but see there's not a lot of stuff on the market for the Howa 1500. So if you stick with a Remington Model 700 or this Savage 10 Stevens 200, this is a Savage Model 10, this is a short action or the long action 110, or the Stevens 200, you have a lot of options. Stevens kind of stuck you on this because they changed the magazine here. If you get into this, you'll learn about it. But still, like if you just stay with the same stock and magazine and work with it. The barrel, though, you can change out. It just has this barrel nut here that makes it pretty easy for the user to, if you have the right tools, which aren't very hard to get, to set the headspace yourself. But a lot of people want to put a heavy barrel on these weapons. I'm not going to put a heavy barrel on this weapon because for one, I don't want to carry all that weight, and for two, that's for sustained fire. This isn't a sustained fire weapon. This is going to be, I need that one good shot, maybe two, if the deer's around long enough or there's a couple of hogs. Usually that's the case with the hogs. You can get lucky like that. So you want it to be, you're going to hump this thing in the woods. You don't want it to be too heavy, and you want to keep costs down. That's a major factor. But let's say you do get into some kind of competitive shooting. Yes, in the future you could update this thing to be a tactical shooter, something where you'd actually use the bipod. And I really got the bipod just to set it up. You know, I'm going to put it on some different rifles, but I thought it was kind of neat. You know, 40 bucks. You know, it's not stuck to the weapon, comes right off. Use it when you go shooting, but I usually sling the weapon over a pack anyway, even when I go hunting. Very user friendly. The safety's up here. You know, you have to have it cocked first, and very smooth for what I paid for it. My howl was not that smooth, and it was a little bit more. But yeah, this is lefty righty. You know, even if the bolt isn't, everything clears the scope. Like I said, it's not too fancy. This is just the bare bones. This is the Krylon. I was going to paint it green, but I didn't think I had enough green in the can. I have another Stevens, which is a 22 that I got just for so cheap that I said, hey, and I painted the whole rifle in olive drab. But this is just going to be the basic type hunting rifle. It's like a little project for me. I have a couple of hunting rifles, you know, that 30-30 I have, and I have an old 30-06 Mauser. But this is just something, like I said, it's been in work for quite a while, and it's still not ready yet. I still haven't zeroed this scope. I'm going to zero this scope. I'm going to slap it around, be kind of mean to it, and see if it holds a zero. And I'm going to probably zero it for around 200 yards. Probably hit right at 200 yards. Usually I sight them in at 100 yards and go an inch up, you know, but I'm going to have this one hitting at 200. That's kind of extreme range, but still you're within the ballistics that you're going to get if you hit for an organ, you're going to hit something vital, even if you hit a little low because you're going right on the whatever. If you shoot enough, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, it depends on if you guys are out there and putting rounds down range or not. But like I said, the best thing to do is to put rounds down range, or dry fire at least. But anyway, that's all. If you have any questions about this platform and different ways to configure it on the cheap, that's the whole point of this, is doing it on the cheap, budget hunting rifle that's decent. With this is not just limited. See, if you get a Remington Model 710, you're stuck. You shoot that thing till it wears out and throw it away. There's no way you can upgrade it. This is very upgradable. They make stocks for it now. Choke's making one, a sniper stock, and just for this bolt pattern inside here. And the rings, bases, everything is just, if you get it for Savage 10, the second most popular rifle in the bolt market, you know, you have a lot of options. But see you guys.